Welcome into this episode of Coach's Corner. Jordan Woodruff with you, and great to have you along. Today, we're joined by head girls basketball coach Micah Estrada. And Coach, good to have you. And how's things going?
They're going well. The girls are starting to kind of come along and play some good basketball.
Yeah, and I guess you've not been plagued with the issues maybe that the boys team has with Jacob's sickness and all that. You hope that doesn't come around because it's still that time of year, but you maybe haven't had the issues to deal with quite where the boys have, right?
No, this year we've kind of lucked out. Our girls have done a really good job of making sure they're staying healthy, getting lots of sleep, which we've been preaching to them to make sure they do. But yeah, so far we've gotten lucky this year.
Except for getting to play games, because I mean rescheduling, and you reschedule one because of the boys in the sickness they had, didn't have enough really to take down there, so you got that one rescheduled, and then you got two more you got to reschedule now because of the winter weather.
Yes, yeah, it's always fun this late in the season to try to find dates that work.
And they're all district games.
Yeah, all of them. So they all got to be fit in before February 17th.
Yeah, well, that was crazy. Used to before, when you didn't have districts, you would say, okay, let's cancel this one, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But now with the districts, especially, and everybody I think likes the districts, but the fact that you got 7 other teams, and so that's 14 games that you have, and then you do your tournaments, you don't have a lot of non-district games to begin with, so you almost got to make these up. It also goes to, you may say, okay, we don't need to make this up because it's not going to help the positioning, but very rarely somebody's going to get just a little bit better seeding by playing if they think they can win.
Oh, for sure. And that's what a lot of times it is, like with this game we're having to reschedule from Tuesday night, is they're needing it more than we're necessarily needing it, so it's got to be made up.
Yeah.
So
and how does the rescheduling work? I mean, naturally, I think Joe with the athletic director would be involved, but then Jacob and you got to be involved as well, right? Knowing how to, you don't want to play 3 games in 3 days necessarily district. You'll do that in tournament, but not necessarily when you're playing tough district opponents. And there's also the fact that, there may be a girls team that's extremely good and a boys team that they have that's not, and then you reverse that the next week, and it's a boys team that's extremely good girls.
Always.
So it's always tough, I feel like, to figure out how to do it where it benefits everybody. You really can't do it to benefit everybody, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, you start looking at the dates, and you get the dates that they have, and then talking to Jacob and making sure that he's good with what we're doing, and just trying to find the best possible outcome for our teams is always priority. But yeah, it gets really tricky.
Yeah, and as you get further along, the less dates you have, right? Because, I mean, we're less than a month away from regional starting.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
So it makes it tough, and winter weather hitting in December helps out a lot more than hitting in late January.
Definitely, but it seems to always hit in late January.
Yeah, no, it does. We've had it during regionals and stuff too at times as well. So let's talk about the team. How are they progressing? So talk about what you're seeing and where you're seeing big improvements, and the girls that, of course, are your leaders, how they're stepping up, but the girls underneath them, how they're stepping up as well.
Yeah, so we've got our good leadership. Our captains are Nevaeh Carlisle, Jenna Northcutt, and Natalia Good. And they do a really good job of making sure everybody's where they need to be, when they're supposed to be there, things like that. We've got some young ones, too, that are really starting to step up. Freshman Maddie Stafford, she does a really good job. She's got that big-time minutes first semester that I think really helped her kind of progress along, and she's been doing some really good things. We've got several other sophomores that are stepping up, juniors. Like I said, Natalia, she's really starting to step up offensively. She's always been defensive-minded. Right. But finally, offensively, we've kind of started to maybe turn a corner. And just with everybody, I feel like this is the time of season where you want it, but we're starting to turn a corner. We just won our last game, so that's always good going into more games. But they're starting to see things that I feel like they hadn't been seeing previously.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like defensively, you kind of got your plan, but it's always been offensively finding the person that can get you the bucket kind of when you need it. And there's always been the committee. There's been plenty of girls, and but as we always said, there'd be one girl score 15 points, but the other ones only had 2 or 4 points that game. You need to score 50, 60 points to win some basketball games.
For sure.
So getting them all on the same page and scoring at the same time, and like I said, adding those other ones to bring some points in as well. It's good to hear. You're seeing Natalia turn that corner and others because you need that, because we've looked up a lot of times like, man, 10 more points, we could have won this thing.
Yes, yeah, and that's super important because we've got some of our big scorers like Allison Duncan, Jasmine Sadowski's capable, Jenna Northcutt, but if they have a bad night, you've got to have the other ones step up and make sure that they can do something. So yeah, it definitely helps.
Yeah, and how's the shooting? Is it getting better as
It's
we
getting
go along?
better, yes. We feel pretty confident. Our offenses are running good. Like, we're getting open looks and things like that, but it's just a matter of knocking those down. So focusing in for the last few weeks and going into in the future, that's a lot of focus is going to be on knocking those final shots down instead of just getting the open looks and not being able to knock
Well,
them down.
and on that, everybody wants to make it, so you just practice to get that going. But you're going to have a lot of home games at the end of the schedule,
Yes,
so
yeah.
that's going to help. And the ball always seems to go down the net a little easier when you're at
Yes.
home because that's where you're playing all the time.
For sure, definitely, yeah. We're looking forward to that because we've been on the road a lot lately.
Yeah. So, reasonable expectation goal for how you end the season. What are you looking at?
My goal is always just to get better from one game to the next. I do feel pretty confident that we're going to start playing some of the better basketball than what we've played all season, and that's what they're kind of looking at right now. And the awesome thing is you can see when it starts happening, like, they get excited about it. Even if the games don't end up how you necessarily want, you can see that they're starting to, like, really believe that they can do it, and that's always really exciting. But definitely getting better from one game to the next, improving ourselves. That's our focus right now. Because unfortunately, we've been beating ourselves a lot lately. Not necessarily other teams. So that's what we've really been focusing on. Not so much, hey, this is what they're going to do, but hey, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
So, and focusing on that more.
Do what you do better, and
Yes.
you're not having to worry about the
Exactly,
other, right?
yes.
So that's usually the case. Most coaches will tell you you don't go beat somebody as much as you beat yourself a lot
For
of times.
sure, and that's been our problem lately. So
Yeah, and it's that costly turnover, that missed layup, that one lapse on defense. I mean,
sure.
it pull your hair out if you watch film,
very,
right?
very much.
And you know what? If you got a good group of kids, when they watch it, they know and understand. They want to get better at it too.
No, and that's what this group of kids is just awesome. They want to do the best they possibly can, and it's fun to watch that part of it because they really do want to do the best they can.
Yeah.
So,
Well, best of luck, and
thank
we'll
you.
talk to you again here soon. As less than a month, the regionals and postseason will start with basketball. Crazy, right?
Yes.
Well, a lot of makeups and a lot of games going to be happening in the month of
Yeah.
February, so be
It's
ready.
gonna fly by.
Yeah. So, Coach, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach Mike Estrada, that's going to do it for today's Coach's Corner. Thanks to Chris behind the camera, as always. Jordan Woodruff saying so long. Until next time, go Cats.